In my personal experience with hyped up things or series, I've honestly had a pretty good time, whether it be the psychology class at my school or series like One Piece, Reverend Insanity, or Invincible. But this run came to an end when I checked out Chainsaw Man. And that's not to say that Chainsaw Man is horrible or anything. Like, Chainsaw Man genuinely has some pretty good things going for it. Like, its plot, which really isn't half bad, its pacing, which is extremely fast to the point where you can literally finish this manga in a whole sitting. And this manga also has extremely good art, and it's honestly what I personally dig the most because I personally really like dark and gritty art style, kind of like Chun Lo's arts. If you check them out online, this manga honestly like delivers big time at like specific panels and fight scenes. But returning back to the manga, these were some things that were, I guess, that kept me reading until the end. Mainly the pacing, and I honestly don't think I probably would have finished the series if it were not for the pacing. But the pacing is also one of the biggest problems with this series because when you're going by so fast to where you can finish the whole like manga in a single sitting, you're sacrificing a lot of character development time where you're developing emotional attachment to characters. And like at times, this manga honestly genuinely felt like a play that was kind of really being sped up and or parts that were being skipped because another play is about to come on and they needed to wrap up to make, I guess, time and space for the next play that was going to come on. Some emotional scenes that should have been really tear jerking and really that should have broke you down, like, it honestly had no emotional impact because things were just really rushed out. There was this one big main fight before the final fight that happened, and right when I was about to be emotional, boom, like the next chapter, like literally the fight's over, it's time skipped, and everyone's all right. And I was just left there like thinking I skipped a couple of chapters or something because it just went by like that. And another problem I had with the series was the main character. Initially starting the manga, it wasn't like that. I honestly was pretty much emotionally attached to Denji straight away, like straight off the first chapter, because, well, for starters, his sad backstory with his father in the Yakuza, he had to sell off his body parts so that he could pay off his father's debt. And that one page where he's literally lying on the floor, like hugging Pochita, like that was kind of really sad because in this whole gigantic world filled with so many things, like the only comfort that he can find, like the only thing he can find comfort and love and like peace in is a literal demon. And this pretty much had me like captivated and made me want to stick with the series to see how Denji would fulfill his horny dreams. But all of this kind of was just chucked into the stratosphere when in the first few chapters Denji fuses with Pochita and pretty much literally like forgets all of his backstory. He like the story literally just forgets all of his backstory. His scars, everything is gone. He was about to be literally one of the first shonen main characters that are, I guess, physically disabled, but he literally gets all his scars healed and he becomes this emotionless puppet for Makima. And instead of feeling like a main character that goes out and does stuff, for me personally, Denji kind of felt like just a puppet. He was just this reactionary character instead of someone kind of like Luffy who goes out into the world and makes their own adventures. And with all of that having been said, I guess it's pretty clear that I don't really think that this manga series is really that good, but I honestly don't think it's that bad either. Like, I see some people hating on it just because it's getting a lot of hype, but I mean, to be fair, I honestly don't think this series is that bad. I don't think it's that good either. In terms of the anime that's coming out, I'm honestly not sure because Mappa might be able to fix some things, some issues that were going on with the manga with anime magic, because anime and manga, like, although they're kind of the same, they're really not, and you can do a lot of different things that anime can do that manga can't do, and manga can also do a lot of things that anime can't do. So we'll just see. In terms of the second part of Chainsaw Man, I'm honestly kind of really interested in reading it as well, because at the end of Chainsaw Man, like, Denji kind of returned to square one. He honestly didn't, like, he lost a lot of the stuff that he gained, and he's just not really that different from his chapter 1 counterpart. And with all of that being said, I don't really have anything else to say. Let me know in the comments if you guys disagree or agree with me, and that'll be all.